so you know, there's been plenty of
We're live.
there's been plenty of what the fucks and goddamn. Oh, now we're live. Okay,
I'm doing jazz hands.
I'm just a dirty boy, so.
open up. Last week
right from the beginning.
This week with a what the fuck. Great. Hello and welcome everyone.
What?
Hello and welcome everyone to the Dungeon Folks, where we at the Young Folks stop talking movies and music and start playing Dungeons and Dragons. I, as always, am your host and Dungeon Master, Alex Suffolk. I am joined with a full cast today. Everybody's here. We got Ryan, we got Lee, we got Travis,
Back to
we
the
got
brim.
Justin, we got Evan. So welcome. We are picking up the rest of our adventure. We are all now level 3, so we are incrementally stronger. Everyone's picked their specializations and such, if you know 5th edition. So yeah, let's just jump right back into it. So a bit of a recap to get everyone back in the mood. Welcome back to the jungle. You have just completed your assignment from the Queen of the Undercity, this great drow matriarch who wanted you to rob a train of the city's sort of underground fantasy subway system. And you found the gnome conductor, and there were lots of hijinks that ensued. You stopped the train, it summoned a monster, the gnome tried to escape, you killed the gnome, you killed the monster, you got the stuff. So
What was that monster?
Mission
What was that monster
accomplished,
actually
is what
called
you're
again?
the monster was called a boulette.
We're never gonna remember that.
A
Street
boulette?
shark?
He called it. It was
Street
called a land
sharks!
shark. A land shark, also known as a street shark, also known as Jabberjaw, also known as Jaws, also known as every other shark, apparently, because there are endless shark puns. And anyway, so you killed him. You got your unlimited transit passes, so now everyone can use the transit system for free and basically fast travel the map whenever you guys want now. You returned back to the Dragon's Dungeon. You're in the seedier part of the tunnels, the crappiest part of the city. You have rested, a fine rest, and now you all wake up upon the next day feeling stronger. Merritt, as you wake up, you remember your dealings with wizards in the past, and you feel yourself reigniting with magic, and all your shamed studies of magic all start kind of flooding back into your head, and you can summon little spectral hands. Ori, you wake up, and after your trials and tribulations under the ground, you felt really connected to the earth, as well as the air and the fire of the train, and they also come to coalescing in your mind, and now you can finally... That last little bit of your training at the monastery clicks, and you find mastery of the 4 elements. Karnov, you are delighted to have your new wand of magic missiles. And
Also, out of character, did she just become the Avatar or what?
Yes, yeah, literally. Basically, at 3rd level, like as a monk, you can decide to be Bruce Lee. You can decide to be Nightcrawler from the X-Men, or you can choose to be Aang from The Last Airbender.
I'm into it.
Those are the 3 options. And she picked
I'm
Aang.
into it.
So, Karnov, you wake... Karnov, you awaken with renewed magic vigor after dueling and disposing of a great magical arcanist, such as the Gnome Conductor.
He
Alex,
said arcanist.
We're adults.
Alexandros, you wake up and you feel a greater connection to Kelemvor after sending another soul to the grave. And Flint, you wake up inspired by all the amazing battle tactics of Deborah the Cut-Ear, as well as just being in the thick of a really serious combat, the most serious and deadly combat you've ever been in your life. Now is inspiring to really think about your combat and develop, special maneuvers.
That was the most serious?
Probably.
Okay.
Alex, out of
You got
character,
eaten-
who got
eaten by-
inspiration this week?
That's a good question. Who still has inspiration? Just so I know.
I think I have inspiration.
Yeah. Okay.
I have one too. I have it too.
You guys are stingy, not spending it. I think it would have been Flint, but if you still have it, then you still got it for your sort of like football tackling of the gnome and rushing past the train.
They don't stack?
They don't stack. You gotta
Well,
spend
I
it,
could have used it there, but opted not to.
but you didn't.
I didn't know we could spend it.
Yeah. Inspiration is yours to spend. Cash it in.
It's kind of like a phone a friend.
Exactly.
Wait,
It's inspiration. So when someone does something that I think is like really cool or funny, you get a point of inspiration that you can hold on to and you can spend if you just want to succeed on anything.
Okay.
So keep up the comedy and the creativity, and you'll be rewarded. So it would have been Flint this week, but Flint, you still got yours. So I guess no one.
Sorry,
gets
guys.
You done
Alright.
goofed.
Boo.
So
No,
those-
I done good actually.
You done good, so you still have it. You done goofed that you don't get more. But it's all good. So that was my little in-universe explanation of how you level up. Yay. So now that you all are awake and in full control of yourselves and feeling renewed, what would you all like to do?
I want to look through this bag of holding that I got from this gnome.
So you take the bag of holding, you know what it is, and you know to find everything in it. You can just kind of shake it and see what's in it. So first things first, I would like you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Yeehaw. 17.
17. Okay, so the first thing that plops out of this little bag is a gigantic double-bladed great axe, and it just thunk, falls right down to your feet, and you have to sort of like and like little tipsy toes like skirt back, and it almost chops off your big toe, but you dodge it. So the first thing you get out of this is a great axe. Also tumbling out of it is also tumbling out of the bag is a hand crossbow, a little small one that's like one-handed. You know how to use this, Merritt. It's smaller. It's smaller than the one that Alexandros uses, and much smaller than the one that you witnessed Deborah using. But it's, it's sturdy. And then tumbling out next to that is a little quiver of 20 bolts.
Cool.
3 shining pieces of platinum fall out of the bag.
Ooh.
So each platinum is worth 10 gold. So it's basically like 30 gold that just fell out. There is a little like lunchbox that falls out. Inside there is a water skin and 4 days of rations.
Cool.
Another dagger falls out of the bag. And you get the feeling that like this is sort of like all the gnome's belongings / stuff that he confiscated from people on the train. And
Another dagger.
next to the dagger, there is another potion of healing.
There it is.
And then the last thing that falls out of this bag is a little flittering piece of paper, a little piece of parchment. And as it lands on the floor, you see that it's actually a really quick painting, and it's a painting of a little gnomish man with a beard. There's a beautiful gnome woman next to him, and there's a little gnome girl up on his
That's
shoulder,
just cold. That's
kissing him on the
cold.
cheek.
I don't care.
That's harsh.
Guilt tripping.
And do you think I care? Alright, so I'm gonna give the great axe to Flint because he can use it. Want it?
Damn right I can.
Alright, yours.
Okay. Now, all right.
All right.
What's the
So
attack? What's the attack bonus on that great axe?
So for the great axe, it would be this to hit. It's the same as your longsword, so I believe it'd be plus 6.
6. Yep.
And then for the damage, it would be 1d12 plus 4. But a great axe you have to use two-handed.
Dadoy.
I'm just saying, it's not like your longsword where you can choose and use a shield. Like great axe, you have to commit to it.
I can.
The next question.
Those are important.
The next question is, I have a long sword, a short sword, and 3 daggers. Would anybody like the long sword?
You didn't.
Yes,
take
I already claimed. Oh.
I didn't take the long sword. Okay, good. I didn't want it anyway.
I thought you did. You reclaim? You chucked it at the land shark. I don't remember if you picked it back up.
If I didn't, that's fine. I didn't want it anyway.
Okay, I guess you lost your longsword.
Oh well.
Worst thing.
Sorry.
No.
Okay.
All right.
So what else is everybody doing? You guys all share a room, so you guys all presumably witnessed Merritt shaking this thing out. And so, Flint, you see this great axe embed itself, and all these other little things fall down. And if there's anything else anybody would like to do? It's a brand new day. You'll have to spend another gold to keep your room here at the inn. You have that one job still in your pocket, that little piece of paper of the heist mission. And you've been told that there's more missions from Debora the Cut-Ear, should you choose to pursue them. And there might be more jobs on the posting board, or you can just explore the city. It's all up to you guys now.
Do you guys want to check what's on the job board?
Up for whatever.
Yeah, we could go check the job board.
Absolutely on the job board. Yeah.
That's enough of a majority.
Just check the job board.
Okay, so you walk back down into the tavern. Part of it. It's it's probably like 7, 8 in the morning. There's a couple of people in there, some humans, sort of eating some breakfast. That one half-orc is there with the pointy wizard hat. Standing by the job board, you see a tiefling woman with long red hair and plate armor, and she's looking at the board really angrily.
I'm gonna go ahead and hang out in the back, boys. You enjoy that board there? I don't need to draw attention to myself.
You're no
Okay.
fun. What would I do to investigate that? Just like
You can just look at it. No rolls needed. So
Okay.
you took the note from the queen, and you also took the note about the heist. There's still all the same notes that were there last time. 2 of which you guys didn't read, and then there's 1 new note.
well, I'll read the one new one.
So
Probably a
next.
fresh posting.
Yeah, so if you remember, there was up in the corner like a more official-looking note that says like any information about the princess, tell it to the captain at the palace. And then the people from the pack walked in and they like taped over it and they said tell it to the pack instead. And then now next to that there is another note that looks just as formal and ornate, and it's very official-looking. And this one reads, "Brave hired hands, the royal dungeons have grown to capacity from arrested criminals, and new space is hard to come by. Some time ago, just beyond the walls to the wilds, we held a vast dungeon that would suit our current needs. Unfortunately, the place was overrun by creatures in command by a dragon. Anyone who has a hand in its recapture will be rewarded handsomely by the royal guard. Speak to Captain Royand at the palace for more details."
That sounds important.
That sounds
Are we
like work for someone else.
Are we
Yes,
even
that's
strong
what a
enough to tackle
job
the dragon?
is. That's what a job is, human. Thief
So I
man.
think other jobs on the board. Is there any other
Yeah.
jobs?
Uh,
Yeah, there's still 2 that you saw last time but never got to read. There's one written in green ink, and there's one in a very like crude handwriting.
I'll
That's
take
right.
a look at the one in the familiar handwriting.
Okay, there's one in the green handwriting, and it's written in green, and the message reads, "Now I just gone and lost my pet owl bear on his last walk. The guards keep sassing me about how much he's slaughtered passerbys in the wilds, and I can't take it anymore. Bring it back to me, or kill it and bring back the beak so I can work something out. 300 gold dead, 500 gold alive." And the note is signed OG.
No! Not doing it!
All right, we had 1 no from me and 1 no from you. We both get 1 no. So
What does the other one say?
So written in a very crude handwriting, there's a note that reads, "The butchers are always in need of good bruisers, both temporary and permanent. Come talk to Hote if you're interested in collecting debts for us. We pay well, big monies."
Money.
is this a bounty hunter
Sounds like it.
Or a thug.
or a fight club?
Yeah.
Those
Sounds like
are.
There was a
Bounty
note about
hunters
the
are
Fight
all
Club.
of
The
those.
Fight Club is still there.
Oh, it's separate.
That's separate.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right.
And you see, you're standing next to this tiefling woman, and she's looking all pissed, and she's all grumbling, and she's just like, "Who fucking took the note from the queen? We were gonna do that fucking mission. If I find the sorry souls that completed that, oh, someone has just made an enemy of Team Fireball."
Okay.
Girl, bye.
Sure.
So there's a lot of competition in finding this royal lady. Does that mean
The
there's a lot
princess?
of does that mean there's a lot of money in it?
Do you really want to do the goody two shoes mission?
If it means a lot
Yeah.
of money, isn't that what we're after?
Yeah, I mean, I want money too, but I'm also not really, into this whole goody two shoes thing.
You do remember Karnov has the amulet that's like supposedly linked.
We're
Yeah.
also
I'm
we're
not
also-
up there right now. I'm hiding in the back.
Yeah, I'm just reminding them they would remember that Karnov has that.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
that.
I could take or leave the amulet.
Fair enough.
You know, you're only speaking for yourself, and the last
True,
I
that
checked,
is-
we're kind of a team in a way here, because we're all kind of
In a
shacked in the same
vague
hole.
sense, yes.
In the vaguest sense, we're kind of all doing the same things together, it seems. Unless you
Sorta,
want to,
kinda.
unless you want to jump into a third act, I'm gonna betray all you thing. Feel free to do it right now.
I mean, this whole
yeah.
hiding thing kind of speaks
Look,
for itself.
we can
doesn't it?
we could do the goody two-twos thing, but we could do it by whatever means that we really want to, because we have something that everybody else doesn't. So we hold some cards.
Can we just give them the amulet and take the gold? That's it. No anything. Just
That was some interference.
It was a train whizzing by.
Mm.
I was gonna say, oh, you're still by the subway. There you go.
The trains are loud.
Yeah. Also, remember, you guys still took a note about the heist. You have that in your inventory.
Oh, that's
Yeah, there's
right.
that.
What was the details on that again?
So if you pull it out and you read it, it reads, "Who doesn't like a good heist, huh? There's going to be a gala soon, and some important types are going to be exchanging some important things. I want them. Come to Tinkertown and look up the powder keg. I'll be waiting for you." And it's signed Black Lung.
You know what? We were all interested in doing that initially anyway. Why
Yeah, so
don't
we needed the thing?
Why don't we hold off until all this hunt for the princess cools down? Everybody has cooler heads. We'll consider what to do about that and this thing that the tieflings got. And visit Tinkertown since we've never seen it before. How about that? It's not far.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we were
Sure.
originally gonna do that. We only turned it away because we needed the pass.
That's true. And now we got him.
Yeah. So
Well, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Going on a
Thank
I'm gonna agree.
Let's do it.
All right. Sounds like we're in for a heist. So what's the first step?
Well, first, as you're about to leave, Darnan will be like, I'm sorry, there is a toll for the night.
yeah, you got it. And I throw him a gold piece.
Thank you kindly. Good luck out there.
He's a very samey fella, huh?
He's not bugging anybody.
No, he's not. Let's just point
Man,
it
a few
out.
words.
Yet. All right, so onto the train.
All right, so you guys walk out into the tunnels and out of the dragon's dungeon, and you notice that there's more people out on the street. Like, you never see people out here on the street, like in the tunnels. You see them sort of in alleyways, like the goblins sort of spying at you. But you see like a bunch of people sort of like in rags, obviously sort of down on their luck or in a lower income area, and they're all sort of like whispering to each other, and they're all walking further south towards the beach. And what's everybody's passive perception?
There's some event going on there.
Perception. My perception is I have +4 and I have a proficiency in it.
I have a 3.
Okay, yeah, so I think Merritt and Flint, you sort of hear people talking about there's supposed to be a demonstration. People they've been knocking on all doors about this. And everyone's sort of walking towards the beach, and like there's some kind of commotion going on.
A demonstration. So did somebody important die?
There's a beach here?
Yeah,
Didn't you guys come by
I think,
water?
I think the first thing is more interesting.
The tunnels is
Because yes, we
is
did
close
come
to the
by
south
boat.
docks.
You ate a fish.
It's probably the pack killing somebody else. We know what's gonna happen.
It could also be royalty.
Yeah, there might be some.
Can we see on what?
So, do you want to check out this, or do you want to do the thing?
We got time. Let's check this out. Maybe we can get some intel.
Maybe we can get some money out of it.
What, by pickpocketing a body that the pack
Yes.
definitely probably has already taken the
Yes,
stuff off of? Maybe.
No, just the people who are you know, around. We
Okay.
can
All right. Just be
take
subtle.
something from them.
Just be subtle.
I'll try.
Okay, so you guys walk down through the south streets of the tunnels, sort of like walking over the broken cobblestones and keeping clear of all the different potholes and endless chasms that dot the city streets here. And you see there's sort of streams of people, and they're all like walking towards. And there's a sort of a cluster. You can see the beach now, the waves sort of cresting up on the sand, and you see there are 6 figures lined up, and there are sort of around them, about like 20 feet away, there's a group of about like 20, 30, maybe 40 people, all sort of watching and like looking around confused. And so as you, I assume you guys are approaching and joining the crowd.
Meandering.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you approach
Casually.
and you join the crowd and you look upon these people, and the first thing is that Merritt, Karnov, and Flint, you recognize the robes of one of the people that are here. And there's this there's a dwarf woman on the ground, there's a halfling man, and there's 3 humans, and one of whom is wearing just like a cowl, like completely covering his head and like nothing else, and his chest is just like exposed. And the woman in sort of these gray disheveled robes with like orange stripes that go across it, and it has like sort of this marking of a claw on the back. You recognize that the crazy man on the boat had the same robes. And she shouts out to the crowd, "Yes, all future believers, come and bear witness to the greatness that is Lord Nakresh.
Oh,
He has
swell, it's a
returned.
cult.
Oh, great.
He has returned upon us. He will bring a new era of leadership and control to this foul city.
Yada,
Please.
yada, yada.
Bear witness to our display of absolute faith." And she draws a dagger and she walks up to the man with his chest just like exposed.
What?
And she raises the she pulls his head back and she raises the dagger up. "Praise be Lord Nakresh! Do not avert your eyes, non-believers!" And at this point is like starts to freak out and say, "This is what they want us to see. I thought they'd give us some money. I thought this was bread. I thought this was a food drive." And everyone's sort of like backing away. She's like, "No one leave."
Wait, is
No
the
one
cult
leave.
thing a new thing around here? Like, this kind of place is a breeding ground for cults.
Are you saying that? Are you asking the frightened people this?
It's an
Yes.
observation.
Yeah.
Can I do?
Is this
Can I do a religion check to see if I know about this religion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so hold on. It's a D20. Hold on. So 19 and then plus 3, so 22.
22. So Nakresh is not a god or a demon that that you're aware of. If you vaguely remember, actually, that living in the city, living in the jungle, you've picked up a little bit of its history, and you know that Nakresh was an old king of the city, like about 100 or so years ago, and the current like dynasty of family, of which the princess is now missing, her family is the one who deposed him. And he was known as the Great Tiger King, and lots of people assumed he was something beyond human.
Uh-huh.
And
Cool.
he has devoted followers, and he's always sort of had a crazy cult that has lived off the fringes, but now they seem a little more emboldened, and they keep shouting that he's alive again.
Who's alive?
Cool.
Lord Nakresh is alive. He is here.
Could you like intercept it and like go across and stop her from trying to stab the man?
Do you want to try?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're fat. All right,
I'm
what would you
taking
like
back.
to do?
I'm okay. I'm gonna run a check against that and stop her.
What? Okay. Lots of things going on. Ori, what are you trying to doing? Karnov, what are you trying to do?
To try and grab the dagger from her hand.
Okay.
I'm
so you're
stopping her from leaving the crowd.
Okay, how are you going to try to stop her?
Uh,
Are you just like putting your hand out?
yeah, this is gonna be more of a persuasion thing.
Okay, so Ori, as you begin to leap, Karnov reaches out his hand and he's just like, well, he says whatever he says. What does Karnov
That
say?
is not a good idea right now. There are too many
Can I
people
go
here.
anyway?
You can go anyway. You are in control. You are in full control of yourself, Ori. Go for it.
I can try to stop her.
Well,
Please
because,
do.
because I'm the
I'm
monk.
going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on her.
On her. Okay, so what kind of saving throw does she have to make? Wisdom, right? Or is it something else?
That's gonna look bad too, but at least it's better than starting a fight in the street.
Yeah, I guess.
Rather take that than the other thing.
What does... Hold on, let me look at Tasha's Hideous Laughter. She will have to make a save against this.
You are unprepared for this.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay, and Ori should be pretty good at it as a
Oh,
monk. So that's an 11 plus her wisdom is, I believe, 3. So she rolls a 14. I believe that beats your spell save DC.
all right.
All right, so Ori, you feel something sort of hilarious tingle in the back of your mind, but it feels like an intrusive thought, and you just shun it out, and then you start running. So how would you like to stop this dagger?
No.
Using the ball, the wind blast ball.
The wind blast.
I
Oh,
think-
I'm going to hide in shadows and slink away.
From a distance,
Oh my
hell yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Way to bring in level 3. Oh man. Okay. Let me find those stats here.
We're gonna get into a fight, I know it.
We're gonna jump.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You didn't even make it.
You're excited over this, aren't you, Alex?
Oh, because this wind blast thing can be hilarious if it's done right. Okay. So let me look up her thing again. Hell yeah.
Jesus.
This is some heroic stuff right here. Okay, she's got to make a strength save. Okay, so Ori, you're spending 2 of your key points, unless you'd like to spend all 3 and make it extra strong. Up to you.
No, just 2.
Okay, so she rolls a 12, and your save is a 13. So she fails.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
So she's going to take 3d10 bludgeoning damage and go flying 20 feet back.
Woof.
Oh my god.
Can I
Ooh.
roll in shadows and try to get a blend in with the crowd or something as we run away?
Hold on. I gotta write some things down here. Okay, so it takes. Oh
my god.
Dang! Nice. Okay, so she.
Did she land in the
She
water?
takes- Yeah. So damn. She takes 23 points of bludgeoning damage and goes flying. So you just see, like, you try this. You guys both try to stop Ori. He just runs up, and he holds out his hand. You see this ball of air just condense into a fist, and it goes shooting out of his wrist right into this woman's chest, and she goes, and it hits her, and she goes flying back 20 feet out into the water and starts skipping like a stone over the waves. And the dagger just goes flying in another direction, and all the people on the ground go, Lord Nakresh, was that you?
Jesus.
So...
Can we just shake our head at Ori?
That's all I'm doing.
I couldn't leave him there about to be killed. It's the right thing to do as a monk.
Okay, well, so she rolls a 4 for athletics, so she's beginning to now drown about 20 feet out into the water.
Wow!
Oh my god.
Well, that's a way to start this.
So the other people, other cultists sort of look around and they get up and there's non-believer. How dare you interrupt the greatest of ceremonies? What do you have to say for yourself?
My
Ori.
dude, she's in the water.
I'm speechless. I could just remain speechless.
So you just sort of stare them in the face. They sort of look, and the sort of man tells like the dwarf in the half, "Go get the leader! Go get her! Go get her!" And she's like, You haven't seen the last of us. You haven't seen the last of the cult of Nakaresh." And they turn, and they look at all of you. It's like, all of you will know Nakresh's fury. And they all just begin to scatter.
Cool.
The three people start going into the water and start swimming. Other people start running off and just sort of examining all of you.
You can
They
assume
leave.
that this is the point where I'm glaring angrily.
But
Same.
is the man okay? The man that was about to be killed. Is he okay?
Jeez.
He's still kneeling there, like chest out, presenting himself, completely unaware of anything happening.
Oh, what fresh heck.
He's sitting there on the beach, kneeling. What would you guys like to do?
Does anybody
Move on!
just leave him there? Don't like do anything to him, or what?
I don't care about any of this. This is a very bad idea.
Neither do I, and I agree with you. But we're boned now.
Alexandros, you want to help the poor man? Since you're the health person here?
Do I want to waste one of my healing on this, or are we
I
just, gonna go?
I just mean to check if
doesn't-
he's alive.
He doesn't look wounded. He
Okay.
looks. You still see his chest moving up and down. He's breathing. He just looks like he's for some reason unaware of what's going on.
Ah,
So I could go
Okay,
across
I
him
know.
and say that he's good now, that he could move.
So do you remove his hood?
Yeah, I
yeah,
guess.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I don't
so
have to heal him.
you remove his hood and you see
I'm-
he's a human man. His head's been completely shaven, and his pupils are just really diluted, and he's sort of foaming at the mouth, and he looks to be in some sort of drugged or drunken or just some kind of stupor.
I'm starting to look around for anybody coming out of the crowd towards us.
Oh, the crowd is running.
I
However-
know that's. I'm starting to get hesitant that we should not. We should all.
They are
be
dispersing.
running.
At this point, you see the dwarf and the halfling woman pulling a figure out of the water, and they're sort of moving their way back to the beach as they're pulling out this person that Ori just force pushed a million miles away.
We should leave.
Okay, we can leave now.
Yeah, let's leave.
Please, can we
not
leave?
the worst idea, yeah.
How
you
fast
leave the
can
man-
we run as a unit?
Ori's really fast. You guys can all move like 60 feet a second, 60 or 10 feet a second, basically, if you're booking it.
If we're booking it.
Yeah, let's get out of here, please.
Book
Let's
Yeah,
boogie.
let's Scooby Doo out of here.
Are you guys taking the person with you or not?
No.
They're not
No.
getting used to
No,
us.
No.
No.
You can thank us if he finds us later.
All right.
I don't
so
care
you guys.
about him.
All right. Let me write some things down. Cool. All right. So you guys book it.
Yep.
And you
No,
run.
I'm not interested in any of this.
Primo!
You leave the man kneeling there, and you notice, like, if you turn to look back, you see as the woman's brought back onto the beach, and they sort of give her some CPR or make her cough up the water. They get up and they leave the man there too, almost as if it wasn't ripe anymore. This ritual was ruined, and they just
Good.
sort of
Cool story, bro.
They don their hood.
We are not here to. I am not here to meddle.
And they start
I'm not here to
they start carrying that man away.
Are you here to rock?
Okay, so you guys then walk over to the train.
Well, that was eventful.
What even was that? What even was that?
That would be religion at its finest.
No. I know what that was. That was a crazy cult being a crazy cult. Ori, what was that?
I can use my religion to. Oh wait, no, we already figured it out.
No, I think he's asking in character what your character's
Yeah,
thinking.
you.
Yeah, Merritt is asking Ori, what
Oh.
was that?
Well, as a monk coming from the monastery I was in, we believe in freedom. So that's why I had to go and save that man.
It seems like he wanted to die. He seemed into it.
No, he was in a trance.
Oh
He
my
couldn't think.
Why is this our problem?
Because
I've got to agree with him.
We must
I've got to
care.
agree.
but other people.
Look. It is best that we keep our heads down and continue the work.
I don't know what that green wizard told you, but we're not necessarily the most savory types.
I turn to the group and I say that the followers of Kellenvor are more sane and less crazier than you guys, and they follow somebody who like leads the dead. You guys are
No.
dangerous.
I'm not going to argue with him.
Neither am I.
Ever since I joined this group, it's been crazy elves and fighting demon creatures and crazy stuff.
I do
This
want
is
to
not
point
like
out that
I
I
chose
would not.
myself.
Yeah, I do want to point out that all of this has been far too loud for my liking.
All I wanted to do when I came to the city was get out of trouble and drink myself to death.
By all means.
Well, clearly I can't now. There's a cult in the way, and there's the pack people, and there's stuff.
There's a lot of stuff in this city. That is correct.
There is indeed a lot of stuff in the city.
That's
Apparently
the
So you
city.
guys are going to the
Too.
train? You guys go to the train, or are you guys doing anything else?
To the train. I'm in a bad mood
train.
now.
Let's do this mission.
Good,
All right,
y'all
so-
can sulk on the train.
So you guys walk into the station.
You're just
and
mad you didn't have a fight.
Don't make me put silence on you,
You
because I have a
could- you guys-
spell
you-
for that.
You could have waited at the beach and duked it out with those three, but
Who
you guys
cares
left.
about them?
All right, fair enough. So you guys get into the station. There's the little gnome who has like the little like roller of tickets, and he's like, "You guys go buy some tickets, some tickets."
We got passes.
Pass B.
Oh, then we'll right this way, sirs. Yes, have a good one. And you flash your little cards, and he gives a brief look at them, and he's like, "All right, go ahead." And so you get on the train for free.
I guess there's
And,
nothing suspicious about the cards.
That you're
If you
aware.
act like you're doing everything like you're supposed to, it won't matter.
I
Words
mean,
to live by.
how many ritzy parts are there to this city? Is this like a common pass? Do people have it a lot?
Do you
I
wanna
guess
know?
we'll find out.
Let's just make sure that we're, cautious of our appearance.
I don't care.
All right. Oh, you.
I know you don't.
Calm down yourself.
I love to imagine just like all the NPCs like witnessing your guys' like banter as you walk by. It's just like it's like a dysfunctional family on a road trip. It's great.
Oh, it's so fun.
We're like a cloud of arguments.
That's a
What
way
I
of
get
putting it.
myself into.
So you get on the train. You get a brief flash of PTSD of boulets and gnomes and potatoes as you get on, and you take the train up 2 stations to South Gold, where the entrance to Tinkertown is. And so you get off the train. It takes about like 5 minutes on the subway. You get out. This train station is incredibly nicer, if a bit like cramped. The ceiling is only like about 7 feet tall, as opposed to like 10, 12. And then is there music or something going on in the background? For somebody?
Is that the train again, Evan?
I think it's a train. Who is
Oh,
that?
wait,
Oh, well, okay. So I guess you guys are still riding the train, or it's you hear it going on, And behind you, as you're leaving the station,
That'll work.
so you walk up the steps up into a bright sunny day, and you have now entered Tinkertown. And the first thing you notice is there's this soft, jaunty music box and steam whistle tune that's constantly playing from a series of gearbox contraptions atop 8-foot poles scattered throughout this entire little town.
How
It's
cloying.
like
Oh no.
on an endless loop.
Welcome to my hell.
Welcome
And
to
there is-
Duloc.
Yes, it is. It's sort of like think like Welcome to Duloc / like Thomas the Tank Engine, just like on repeat.
I see.
What is that?
So also emanating from these little contraptions, is warm air that are pumping out, and it's pumping out the wonderful scent of cinnamon as you walk through the streets. And you can see that the buildings here are mostly compromised with these whitewashed cottages with like sturdy wooden beams, like think sort of like Bavarian village, like Oktoberfesty. And they all have these like ornate cuckoo clocks and clockwork devices affixed over all the doors of all these buildings.
Okay.
And you also notice that none of the houses, none of the buildings exceed 7 feet in height. They all look like playhouses or like half scale to everything that you're used to, as they are clearly built with gnomes or halflings in mind.
Okay.
And sure enough, all you see walking
Let's
through the
get
street,
background music.
all you see walking through the streets, there's nothing but the short folk, and like tallest among them are occasional dwarves every once in a while. Anyone who's over 4 feet tall, which I believe is all of you, you're all drawing attention and like downright just stares, because everyone here is really short. And but you know, everyone who's not staring at you seems to be smiling and going about their business. And there's 3 buildings that completely stand out to you among oh, what are you sending me? What is this? Is it? Yep,
Is
there
this
you go. This is the Trap, the Trap remix of Thomas the Tank Engine. That is playing on a loop. They are getting swifty on their rails.
Makes sense.
What is this?
So there's 3 buildings that stand out among everything else because they're at least 100 feet tall and they're clustered together, which sets them apart from all these little like miniature play buildings. They're made out of nothing but stone and steel. There's 2 of them that are just like these long utilitarian rectangles, and they flank a garden that leads to a 3rd building, which is this tall castle made out of just clockwork. It's a clockwork castle with pointed spires and walls riddled with moving gears and spouts of steams. One of the rectangular buildings that flanks it has letters that are so large that you can read them even from this far away, and it reads Bureau of Transit. And then the identical building that mirrors it has also letters, and it reads the Alamon University of the Arcane. And you notice that most of the foot traffic on this side of the town going to and from these large buildings. And so you are now in Tinkertown.
All right. So
Oh,
That
where's the
building
guy?
of the arcane sounds in my sounds like something I should note down for the future.
Same.
So you remember that on your little note it said find the powder keg.
Right.
I would assume the powder keg's some kind of bar.
Tavern.
Yes.
I think you're on the right track, and I have a sense that you know how to track down a tavern.
Train
Sure
track,
do.
maybe?
Sure do. So can I roll something to find this tavern? Is
Only
that
if
a
you
thing
laugh
my
at
drunk
only
can
if
do?
you laugh at my joke.
Sure.
Are we calling this a power like the Drunken Master or something?
Roll a perception check. No, that's a monk.
All right. I have a proficiency in perception. So
Yeah,
let's do
go
this.
for it.
All right. So I roll a 13 plus 4.
Okay, you notice that one of the buildings, while still really short, is longer, and it has a wooden side of it, and it says the Pixie's Pudding, and it looks like it's a tavern, but not the powder
one.
keg.
So the one.
That one's too cute.
It also has the wrong name. So
Yeah, that
for what
too.
it's worth. For what it's worth.
You want to walk in the direction of somewhere that looks a little more seedy in this Tinkertown? That might be where somewhere called the Powder Keg might be.
For the kind of job we're looking to do, it's not a bad idea.
So you're just sort of wandering the streets of Tinkertown. You smell the
Looking for
cinnamon.
Looking for
And,
someone that smells less like cinnamon in this town.
Everywhere smells like cinnamon in this town.
This is all a little too... How do you say it? Adorable.
You're just
for
walking
the
through,
kind
and
of
all
work
these
we're
people
looking to do.
are like bustling through, and you just hear all these little high-pitched voices everywhere. Like, "Oi, Shaboy, you're raising the price of your cabbages! I would never, you take that back! I'd
right.
never!"
I reiterate, this all seems far too adorable. Are we sure we're in the right place?
It's called Tinkertown.
I just beg, there's something sinister about this whole place. Please, for the love of God, let there be something, like, evil and warped about here, and not just be like some sweet saccharine place. I can't deal with this anymore.
Do you say
I
that
mean,
out loud?
I'm unsettled, but I mean, I'm not going to have a breakdown.
You're unsettled. I should say, laddie, you're rather unsettling to look at yourself. As you
Who
look down by your
dares
knee-
talk at us in an accent?
I love that you just jumped in to interrupt whatever. I'm like, yeah, you know what? You can handle this. I'm not going to dignify him.
Sure.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, did somebody just insult me off the street? Do something about that.
No. They were just asking a question. Please go ahead.
Accent boy, go. Talk.
You're a rather strange lot, aren't you?
The strangest.
What were you doing in Tinkertown?
Y'all know where the powder keg is?
Oh, why would you want to go to that place? That is the worst place in Tinkertown.
What do we look like?
You look like a lot of lads who want to go to Powder Keg. Okay, fine. Yeah.
I like whisper in his ear. Could we stop drawing attention to ourselves, please?
Laddie, if you're over 4 feet tall, you're going to attract all sorts of attention here. There's about that. Look at that. And he like points to all these kids, and they're just across the street, and they're like staring at you. And one kid is like sort of going like pretending to have horns and walking around all dumb.
Ignore them, they're children. Alright, so where's the powder keg, buddy?
So if you go about 3 blocks down the road, there is you take a left. There is a grassy hill away from all of the other buildings. You'll hear the loud bangs and the swearing. That's the Powder Keg. You can't miss it.
Sweet, so
It's a round and black building.
Okay, so look for the building that doesn't look like anything else here.
Aye, exactly. Top of the morning.
So is he from Scotland or Ireland or where?
It's a mess, clearly.
He has a jug of some kind of liquor, and he's sort of slurring back and forth.
It's always booze, always an excuse.
So you take this old gnome
Let us
device,
continue.
and you walk down the street of Tinkertown, smelling the cinnamon, enjoying the jaunty tunes, getting the stare of every person in the street. And you see off to the left, there is actually a grassy knoll, sort of like away from the roads, and there's a single black building with like a series of chimneys, and it's all sort of emitting smoke. And you hear like bang, 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 sort of coming from that direction.
I wonder if that is the sound of a powder keg.
Well,
So could I do
shall
like
we
a
listen for
like
the cursing?
It's a lot less cloying than anything else here. Let's check it out. It's the thing we need to do.
I could do a history check on it first.
Yeah,
Alright.
sure.
No, yeah. So as you walk up, you
Knock
guys,
yourself out.
as you guys walk up, you can do perception checks. Oops, I banged my leg. Ori, what's your perception on your character sheet? The number says perception.
It's 3.
Well, I roll a 3, so that's a total of 6.
Mhm.
So you don't really get a good look at it until you guys all get closer to it. And so you walk up this grassy hill, and you notice that this building is quite a ways away from everything. It's the only building that's not like whitewashed. It's painted black, and it just has a single brown door and no windows. And jutting out from the back of it, you see now it's not a chimney. It's just a series of vents and pipes, all sort of bent and jerry-rigged and like shoved in here, and all sort of splitting out. And they're all constantly emitting smoke. And it makes like this whole building give off the visage of like a bomb with a lit fuse.
That would appear to be what we're looking for.
And you hear loud booms, bangs, and a high-pitched voice swearing as you approach. Just like, ass! God, piece of shit! Ass!
That's it!
Ass! It's an ass!
That would be it.
Do
Okay,
you want to knock on the door or just walk in? This seems like
I'm
a place
going
to do
in.
either.
so you walk on in, and it's pretty spacious for what you think from a gnome building. The roof or the ceiling is 8 feet tall. You see, sort of lining up the walls, there's lots of fireworks in firework casings with lits, little wicks and sticks. There's blue ones and red ones that are all sort of dotting the wall. You notice there's a glass case, and in the glass case there's a bunch of little looks like little cherry bombs and firecrackers and all sorts of things. And there's a little ringing bell. There's a little bell on the desk, and then there is a door in the back. And the swearing and the banging are coming from behind the door.
Who are we supposed to be asking for again?
The
Trying to
note was
remember the name
signed.
from the note.
The note was signed Black Lung.
Black Lung. I
Let's
wonder
start
if
at the
he's
bar.
a pirate.
I wonder if he smokes.
I feel like everything smokes around here. We might need to narrow that down a little bit.
Well, let's look for the guy who looks like he's about to die. That might be someone named Black Lung.
Should we listen for coughing? Is that what you're saying?
I say since we he wouldn't be talking about the gala openly, would he?
Let me go ahead and just do I'm just gonna do my own perception roll.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm looking. I'm for somebody who might be old or unwell.
Okay, yeah, roll.
That's useless. 8 altogether.
It seems like there's only one other voice in this building beyond you guys, and it's all behind that door. And there's the little service bell on the desk.
I guess I'll reach out with my staff and ring the bell.
Ding, ding, no, you can do things with your hands.
That would require me to get my hands dirty.
That is fair. The bell is quite sooty and gross and rusted. But after you ring the bell, all the bang, bang, God damn it! It all just stops. And then the door opens and just this plume of smoke wafts out of it. And walking out is a gnome with goggles, a long brown apron, and gloves, all of which just coated in soot and blackness. And his face is just black as pitch, and he has orange hair that's blown out like Albert Einstein. And he as he walks out, you just hear him go, and he takes off his goggles and puts them into his hair, and you just see this outline of white flesh underneath in the shape of the goggles, where it is wiped away the soot. And he sort of walks out over to behind the desk, and he smiles up at you, and he's missing 4 teeth, and he says, "Good evening, or it's the morning, isn't it? Whatever. Good morning. How can I help you, fine fellas? Welcome to the Powder Keg."
That's not exactly the voice I expected.
That's exactly the voice I expected.
We got your note. You wanted a thief or to kill something or steal something. What's your MO with this thing?
Man, this boy gets to the point.
So you guys are the sorry bastards for the Dragon's Dungeon. Great. That's great.
Awesome. We have a reputation. This is exactly what I wanted.
Well, I just assumed because that's where I posted the note. I don't know who the hell you people are.
We're the people that picked up your note.
Perfect, then we're in business. The name's Alvin. Alvin Blacklung. He has
That's your name?
Yep, that's my name.
So the coughing and everything, that's just a coincidence.
I have no idea.
No.
Fair enough.
That's not
Fair
important. That's not important at all. Let's not get into that.
Alright, so who do you want us to kill? What do you want us to steal? And how much will you give us for it?
Well, no one needs to die yet, friend.
It's an extra.
Well, only if
it takes heat off as opposing to laying it on, if you get my criminal drift.
What? This
Bow
is gonna
chicka
be
bow wow?
illegal? I can't believe it. Wow, golly. Cut the shit. What are we doing?
Alright, fine. You guys are men of business. I can respect that. Join me in my office.
He sort of opens up a little like wooden latch and opens the door. Another plume of smoke comes out, and he ushers you in.
Well, I
Sort of-
stay to the back of the group as everybody.
Thanks, Ori.
Yeah.
Okay, so you follow Alvin into his workshop / office. You see that there is a like a little like furnace with billows, and he's like, "Oh shit, damn it, ass!" And he like starts pumping it again, and you hear some hissing, and he like has to quickly undo 3 knobs. He's like,
That would have been bad.
What are you running here?
I'm I'm a bit of a builder. An inventor, you might say.
Are you building a house that... No, it's unimportant. Never mind. Just get to the drift.
Okay, fine.
and so he walks over to a table.
He says, so, do you guys know about, like, anybody, like, the movers and shakers in this city?
We just
A
got
little
here.
bit.
We just
We know
got
of
here.
the-
We may
we know of
may
the-
know somebody.
We know of the Pack. We know of the Goody Two Shoes Kingdom people. We know of the people in the underground. Anybody else in this town we need to know about?
You're a little bit talkative, aren't you?
Yeah, well, this is my thing.
We know
Alright.
things.
Well, if you know about the Pack, then you know they got
Yes.
some interesting weapons.
Like that thing that explodes from your hand. I like
Yes. On the streets, they call them thunder poppers, but I call them guns.
it. How boring.
Guns? It's lame.
Gun.
I like
So you
hand
want us
cannon.
to rob the pack?
Hand cannon works.
Mm.
No. So, when I came here into town, and I was wondering. Okay, so here's the other person you gotta know. His name is Sumi.
Okay.
Suni or Sumi?
So with an M, as in like take me to court, but that's not how you spell his name.
Got it.
Anyway, so Sumi, he's the grand hotshot gnome in this side of town. The grand artificer. He runs the Bureau of Transit, and he's a head dean over at the university. Now, he's one of the neutral types. There's sort of like 9 families that really rule thing here, and he's somehow, for being so rich, not drawn the ire of the new money or the old money. Now, the new money I get. New money, those are the dwarves, right? And he built the transit with the dwarves, so they're cool. But why doesn't he piss off the old money? And that's when it hit me.
And he whips out of the desk this huge, like, metal tube with a trigger on it. And it looks like what you witnessed Axel murdering a man with, but at a much bigger scale. And he plops it onto the desk.
Bang! I built that. I know other people have built things like that too. But
What?
usually, it's a gun.
Can you give it a better name?
Okay, Thunder Cannon is its official
Better.
name. It's an artificers.
Gun, whatever. That's never gonna catch on.
It'll
Right.
catch on, believe me. When you help me out, oh, it'll catch on. So,
I want it.
I stomp my staff down. Anyway,
I'm getting to it. You guys are impatient. Okay. Anyway, the
that
catch
wasn't
is
for
most.
you, sir.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. So, these things can only be built with magic, right? But the pack, they got something that's not. So that's when it clicked. Tsumi is building their guns without magic. He has all the schematics. And so I've been doing some digging. A lot of people don't like me, but I have my contacts. And they tell me that Tsumi has a new schematic for a new weapon, and he's gonna hand it out. Now, I've tried talking to him. I've tried working for him, getting on his action. He's been locking it down. So I want to stick it to him and steal his plans and mass produce that stuff for my own purposes.
Are these purposes profit?
Oh, what other purpose is there, my friend?
I like the cut of your jib.
I like yours too, human.
This
Even
could
if I-
be useful to us.
Even if I don't understand your whole gun, seriously, that's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since William von Sliced Bread opened up his bakery.
Let me just say this. I pointed this baby at a man's face once, and it turned his eyes blue. What?
Because they blew up.
Did you?
Because one blew that way, the other blew that way.
I was close.
I like this guy.
I feel like it's in my interest to make sure that one power doesn't have this particular type of weapon to itself.
Monopolies are bad, right?
One, us. I want it.
So, here's the dealio. It's gonna be Sumi's birthday in 4 days. Now, if you saw the castle, the Clockwork Castle, he never opens that thing. It's a whole place just for him. But on his birthdays, he throws an extravagant party, trying to court all sorts of donations to the Bureau and the university. So that's where things are gonna go down. I hear tell that friends from the Golden Company are gonna pick up those schematics.
So you need the schematics specifically. What if he has a built version of it? Could you recreate it?
Potentially, but I feel like these are just in the planning stages. If these things were already being built, you see the pack swaggering around with them right now. They like their new shit. As soon as they get a new model of gun, they hand it up to their lieutenants.
Very well. Schematics it is.
Well, try not to kill him. He seems like somebody who'd be missed if we got rid of him.
More importantly...
Are you talking about me?
No.
No. More important question.
Yes.
You sound like a man with a plan, so what would that plan be?
So, here's the deal. You guys gotta get into that castle. I won't be able to go. They know my face. They think I'm kind of obnoxious.
Yeah?
I can't imagine why. But them's the ropes, huh? But I'll be able to communicate with you guys mentally.
Mentally.
I'm sorry?
He
With
sort of
some
whistles.
kind of invention.
He whistles and he starts snapping he starts like slapping his knees. He's like, "Fun guy, come here, fun guy." And you see from the corner of the room, it looks like a dog, but if a dog was made like entirely out of tumors. And then as it approaches, you see it's not a dog at all. It's a large mushroom that is walking about on 4 legs.
Did your dog have a whole body anal hemorrhage?
It's not a dog.
I'm lifting my hand in self-defense, just...
Thank you for
It's
that
not a-
nightmare.
Sorry.
It's called a myconid.
Oh my god.
Huh?
It's a little mushroom.
Little.
And his name is the Fun Guy. Yeah, it's about the size of like a French bulldog, but it's like a mushroom with legs. And it sort of waddles on up to you, and it hops up on the table, and you see that it has like 2 eyes. It sort of looks.
Is
And
this
this is
some
the-
sort of sentient fungus?
Yeah.
It's like you've never been to the Underdark. These babies are everywhere. Anyway, this is a youngin, and he's my good friend. I call him the Fun Guy. Get it? Cause he's fun.
Yes, your pun. These get
This
bigger.
place is so twee.
These things
This
get
place is
bigger.
so twee. Okay. What does this fungus have to do with telepathy?
I'll
Call
show
the
you.
thing.
And he starts patting its head, and the little mushroom guy like he has his 2 little slits in his neck, and you start hearing like a war, and out of his neck pop out like these little green spores, and then Alvin leans forward, and he just like, and he just like snorts them up.
No, thank you.
It's like no, really, try it. Who
And
wants to
that's
try
why
it?
he has black lungs.
No, thank you.
He starts puffing it out.
starting to see where the name comes from.
This is a requirement of the job. You got to inhale these spores.
Very
You gotta
well,
do it.
then.
The things I do for power.
The things I do for money.
The things I do for fun.
I like that spirit. As he snorts more spores.
Okay, that's gross. That's really gross.
So, do you guys snort
Yeah.
the spores?
Sure.
Are we doing this now then? Is this just happening?
Does it mix with alcohol?
Oh, for the love of...
This is
You
a
gotta-
gnome thing. Do you think?
If
it
I
does?
use a spell to detect disease and poison, will this tell if this is poisonous spores?
That is a interesting question.
That is a great question.
You're the
Schmuck.
thinker. I like it.
You're the smart guy who does the brain things.
Indeed, it should be in our best interest to make
Hey.
sure we're not taking in anything
Yes.
dangerous.
He's a brainy one. Illumination.
Yes.
No.
Look, it's a fake. You can tell by the cross section.
That's like one sound. It's like that's one hand over your mouth. Bane voice.
Oh, that's my bad Sean Connery.
Okay. What are you trying to do again?
You sound like Tom Hardy in a mask.
No. No, this is my Tom Hardy in a mask. How long would it take to get market fresh strawberries? What? Gary, I told you not to order pizza. The fire rises.
So what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do, Alexander?
I wanted to use the spell to detect if it was poison to detect poison and disease.
Okay, yeah, you can try it.
Okay, so that is D20. Yeah. Hold on.
You ever hear the phrase, you are what you eat?
It's at 14.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you detect that like these spores have sort of like a hint of like mind-altering substance, but they're not like damaging.
That's
So
Okay, bud. What's in these spores?
they are like intoxicating in a way, but they don't appear to be like harmful.
I'm asking the guy. What's in the? Okay, bud. What's in the spores?
I
Hell,
think it's more spores.
Hell if I know, but it lets you communicate mental.
Can we do an insight check?
Yeah,
If he
sure.
was lying?
I don't think we
Go
have
for
a
it.
reason to believe he's
I don't-
lying. I just
I
have
think
a-
it's gross.
If he's doing it, we should be fine too.
It's demeaning, is what I have. That's my complaint. But
No one
I
else is
feel
gonna
like we
see
don't have
it
a
but
choice.
us.
Very well.
Okay, you snort the spores.
Flint, you're the fun one. Ugh.
You're making him do it.
After you.
He's a
Flint.
pusher.
Ugh.
Flint, do you inhale the spores?
I do inhale the spores. Sounds fun.
Okay, so you smell them, and then
Tell me if you can read the man's mind now.
yeah. So Alvin says like, now everybody be quiet.
Is that
And he
how
looks
it
up
works?
at you, Flint. You look at and Flint. You hear in the back of your mind, "Hey, I'm not moving my mouth, am I? You still hear me?" And you're looking at him, and he's just
that's in-game reaction. That's all I needed to see.
Can't do it! Can't do it, guy!
and you also hear in the back of your mind, Flint. Hello, I am formally introducing myself. I am Fun Guy, and this is the only way I can communicate.
That's what he sounds like.
Is this the disgusting
Welcome.
dog?
I am not a dog. I find great offense to this. I am part of the great race of Myconid, and I have brought you in to my mind home with me.
I'm judging from Flint's reactions. that
So the
this is
four of
not
you,
up and
the
up.
four of you are just like standing there in complete silence as Alvin's bouncing, and like the mushrooms just sort of like sitting there staring at Flint, and Flint's just like,
This is my reminder of his trip to hell. Well, I'll take that as he's not lying.
No,
Could I do
he's
like a
not
history on the
lying.
dog? I mean, on the mushroom though.
sorry, what are you trying to say, Lee?
You could do a history on the history check on the mushroom dog thing,
What would you like to check?
like his race.
Mushroom dog thing.
This is his dog.
He is a
Sasha.
I feel like we can actually call him by his name now.
Yeah, he is a
Speak,
little.
Sasha.
Here, let me find if there's like a good picture of him in the book.
You describe these monsters like we're Buffy the Vampire Slayer characters. We're gonna kill the Fang with the guy.
We're about as useful as the
Don't make
Scooby. We're
fun
about
of
as
Buffy.
useful as the Scooby Gang in the first season.
He looks
right now, I think.
he looks like that.
What? You can't deal with this shit.
Looks like what? Sorry.
He's like, I can't
He
deal with this Buffy joke, with these Buffy jokes right
He
now.
looks like this.
Do
That's what he
not
looks like.
smirch Buffy.
He's a little mushroom guy with 4 legs.
I'm
I'm
cookies.
just saying they had to grow into their skills.
I'm not done baking yet. I'm cookies.
What?
Alright, so are we gonna skip this crap or not?
Sure, I guess. Are we actually doing this right now? Is this happening right now?
Well, I don't see why not.
Now
Do we
this is
all need to do
this is a gala. Are we entering
Does
the
this-
gala with
does this-
good costumes, or are we just
how
going
long?
in?
How
I
long
will
does the
explain
mind thing last?
That it
We're
lasts
talking
20
about days, right?
It lasts 24 hours, so you'll have to snort up before you go in, and then I'll lead you. And I have the schematics of the entire castle, so I'll be your man behind, giving you the instructions. You guys just tell me everything you see, hear, and do.
Okay, so alright, so should one of us stay behind with him?
No, we're going to need everybody.
You will need everybody. There's lots of jobs in the little scenario.
We're talking about storming a castle.
You think it will work?
Does anybody else want to snort the spores? And he starts.
Do we need to do it now?
It's
It's in
kind
4 days.
of a relieving feeling. It's like it's spiritual or something.
Rank-
Why am I always the one that gets mentally fucked?
Rank
'Cause you
rank it
act like
above
the
or below
leader.
green. Rank it above or below the green thing. What is it? Good or is it bad?
I
Above.
think he's too high to
Highly,
tell.
highly, way up. Way up.
Well, it's nice to know that it's better than
It's-
literally going to hell.
Well, it is much more literally an ascension.
We need to do this now. This is in 4 days.
You don't
Yes.
have. Fine. You don't have to do it now. It's just a proof that it was telepathic and really cool. Okay.
To be
I think-
fair, now are we able to communicate with each other or just you?
And then you hear in the back of your voice, anyone
Anyone.
anyone who is in the mind home can communicate with anyone else who is in the mind home.
So the big anus dog says that if we all snort these, we can talk to each other. So we can actually do different activities, maybe a couple different little side jobs.
I
way,
will-
way
I
more
must-
efficiently.
I must interject that you may only be within a mile of me.
So did they get to learn like everything, like the entire mind of this person who's in there? They wouldn't find out anything about
Whoever-
the past,
Whoever
right?
you only may reveal that which you will to reveal
Oh,
to
thank God.
others in the mind home.
Oh, thank goodness! I mean, nothing at
You
all.
cannot.
You already
you
told
cannot
us you
invade
killed
the
a
mind
wizard.
of
What's the
another.
problem?
Not in game.
No, we heard
You
that.
did.
You
You-
said that when you psychotically
holding a
murdered
dead-
somebody, and you said that.
Unless
I
you're
remember.
denying that, right? Because you did say that.
My character is a liar, so probably.
Okay.
But you
He
just
also-
admitted
he also-
it.
He's very bad. He's very bad at that line.
He also dropped some
apparently-
really bad
Out of
hints
character-
from day one.
Out of character, my character's not only a liar, but he's a really bad one.
He dropped massive hints
He drops massive hints all the time.
all
yes.
the time. We know.
This reverse psychology is like the worst Easter egg.
Not
So if
good
I
at
can-
it, mate.
Can I
Not good
continue
at it.
detailing the job?
Yes, let's take it. Let's get into
Okay.
the details.
Yes,
so
sir.
we have some time. It's in 4 days. And here's the rub, is that you guys have to find a way to get in. So you're gonna either have to sneaky sneak or score yourself some invites.
Okay.
I like the sneaky, snabby, stabby. Anybody else like anything?
And then of
else?
course
Nothing?
when you're inside this place, you gotta look like you're pishy-poshy, high society types.
So we
Well, that
need
won't be a
costumes
problem for
either
me.
way. That's exciting.
Presumably, unless like you get an invite from someone that's usually kind of shabby, in case you say that and they won't care. But again,
Okay. So what if we
It's
went
up to
50?
That
you
won't be a
guys.
problem.
What
for
if
me.
we went 50-50? Some people do the sneak in, and some others of us do some kind of a little bit more
Polish.
polish.
Those of us that are good at drawing attention to ourselves.
Oh no. Oh, don't look at me.
I think he was
I-
talking about the white tiefling and the black scale dragonborn.
Oh, thank God.
We stand
Well,
out.
I don't mind doing stealth, so we could.
That's good. You might need to.
Because I mean, we're already more than 4 feet tall. So.
I mean, more. Let's
Oh,
have
he
some
invites
of us go
he
in.
invites people all over the city. It'll be big people in there too. You don't have to worry about it.
I feel like
Physically-
we need the more socially. How do I put this? Skilled members of our team
So not me.
to go in, and then let in the other members of the team,
That
as
could
to
work too.
avoid fire.
When you
So
say
it's you, cleric.
big people, do you mean literally big people or like important people?
Oh, both. I didn't even know. I didn't realize that. Yeah, both.
Oh, okay.
For you, that's a fair question. That's a fair and valid question.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
gonna be mostly the
So the monk and the cleric, they could enter in and get the rest of us inside.
perhaps.
The human probably should go too.
What kind of recon do we need to do on the castle?
So I have most of the schematics, so I can pour over them and check back with you about what could be a good point of entry. So you also need to keep in mind there's 3 jobs that will need to be done for this to go off without a hitch. How you guys allot yourselves to it, it's up to you. I assume you guys know your talents better than I do. I just met you. So, someone is going to have to be there in the crowd to distract Sumi and everybody else. Just so that there's nothing, no one gets bored, starts looking in the other rooms, you know what I mean? But of course, you can't draw too much attention, because you're going to get thrown out, people are going to think there's something up.
Sounds like a great time for Flint to have some fun. Put on a show.
Well, here's the other thing. Someone's going to have to distract the security of the place. You could kill those guys, you could just make a huge goddamn scene, and then they'll be diverted.
Or
Both
either
of those
way.
are bad ideas.
One
Or I can make them laugh
distracts / kills security. Got it.
And then finally, someone has to find out where the room the exchange is going to happen, actually be there, and pull the heist off itself.
Merit.
Hi. Yes, I
Yeah.
can do that.
You
Hi.
get a sticky finger type?
Boy, howdy.
All right.
Sorry, I was high off of the shroominess.
I get it.
The exchange
Pretty dank.
is it's super dank. The exchange is of what? Information or an object?
So,
Schematics.
We have schematics. We need more
So-
schematics.
We
We
need,
need more
schematics.
schematics.
we need the new
schematics.
we need the new schematics.
For
God.
the
Yumi will
weapon
have
that you
somebody
want.
working for him who will be handing out these new schematics. Somebody from the gold company will be handing in big donations
Now,
towards
do you-
the university.
Do you just want one of the schematics, like give you mixed copies of them, or do you want all of the schematic copies?
I want all the schematics that are being handed out on that table on that
All
day.
right, so you want a monopoly
Do-
on this patent? I got it.
Do you know if any of these schematics are already being implemented?
I assume not, because if they were being built, the pack would be swinging them around right now.
Okay.
So here's what I'm thinking, everyone.
Okay,
I'm
plan
listening.
It would be best for our monk friend and our cleric to use their calm demeanors to secure invitations. They are the least trouble-causing members of our group. Recent events notwithstanding. I can't help the way that I look. I have giant horns, right?
Yes, we know.
That's very self-evident.
Yes. Then they can get the rest of us into the party. Flint can cause a scene, and the rest of us can execute the remainder.
I can be subtle when I choose to be.
Yeah, but that's not fun for you.
Yes.
No.
But if this is you being high right now is not a good example of what you'll be on the mission.
Yeah, no, we're trying to use our strengths. The things we are good at.
Think up of something to distract the crowd, like, I don't know, twirl a battle axe around, stand on your head.
Maybe not kill people, though.
Being naked.
Sure.
A stranger at a party could
surely draw some attention.
Could
Surely
potentially be the right kind of...
Surely I couldn't be the first dwarf to run around in the castle naked, right?
Swing an axe around, I don't care. Just distract.
I don't care.
Oh, I'd be swinging an axe around, all right.
I don't care what he calls it.
We're so into that.
But the three of us can identify where the location of the exchange is happening, and we can snare it in at that point.
Good. If you're looking to find, yes,
I have a thing that I can use now that I can get the schematics without me even being in the room.
Your bag of wins?
No.
Holding.
Pray tell.
I learned something along the way. It's a bit of Mage Hand.
Oh yes, Mage Hand, of course, the great wizard spell.
Yeah. Wizard spell.
Now, I will argue that while you do have Mage Hand, schematics are still a physical thing that can pass through walls.
I also have a bag of holding.
So you're going to put the bag of holding in the room, and
So
I have it on me.
So you're gonna sneak in, put a bag of holding in the room, and then like away, Mage Hand it into the bag.
You still have to be in the room.
How is that going to help us?
You do know there's gonna be other people in the room right there. They're gonna see the floating papers.
Like, it sounds like you're high now.
Well, I also can just cast some laughter. They can all be rolling on the floor laughing, seeing this thing, and
that's actually a good idea. That's actually a good idea. I keep forgetting Flint's high right now, just reacting to all of this.
Damn, I thought dwarves were hardy.
I am.
One hit, right?
I'm just enjoying it.
If this is how our hardy dwarf friend acts around this stuff, what does this mean for the rest of us?
That means the rest of you gotta start huffing it now to build tolerance.
Oh.
Nah, I'm just choosing to have fun with it.
No, I think he's fine. But what say you, Ori?
Well, because I'm a monk and I'm used to all of these smokes, so I will go ahead and try it. And hope for the best.
You inhale the spores?
She's in. She's in, 100%.
Alright, so you inhale spores and you hear a voice in the back of your head. Hello, fine Ori. I am Fun Guy. Welcome to my mind home.
That's the voice of the anus dog.
And now Flint and Ori, you guys can send messages to each other with your minds.
I said that with my brain.
Oh, so you do that with your brain, Ori.
You realize that means the anus dog can still hear you, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that which is said in the mind home is heard by all in the mind.
Sorry, no offense to no offense meant.
None taken, my good dwarf.
So I want to ask the Fun Guy if his name is actually Fun Guy or what's his actual name.
They don't have a. My people do not have a language. I am known as. But that is hard to pronounce in your tongue. So I have taken the name Fun Guy.
Oh, I literally thought that was a disconnection.
I appreciate that she dove 100% into the spores, but I was actually asking if she was in on the plan.
Oh.
That's how committed she was. Hell yeah, I'm into this.
I wanted make it appear like I was taking their input.
She went nose first.
Yeah, so now you know.
Okay.
So,
Or is it-
very well.
All right, so if you're going to secure some invites, you got a couple options, and you got a couple days. So here's what you're looking at. Essence of contacts, there's quite a few people who usually have their +1 or who don't show up on their own. They might be more likely to, help out some lowly types. They might have to owe some favors, but we'll see. So, there's the leader of the Pleasant Hills Real Estate Agency. Her name is Monica. She's a nice little halfling girl.
Do we have to sign up for anything with them to get this?
She might try to reel you into a condo.
I knew it.
You might have to sit through a timeshare presentation.
Condo deals.
Don't go with the condo deal.
So that's Monica.
I figured
So if
we'd
you-
listen.
So if you're the religious types, you can try
Or not.
talking to Herib over at the Holy Concordance and be the religious envoys. She usually sends
As long
She
as it's
usually-
got nothing to do with that
Oh.
tiger demo.
Tiger Demo.
Yeah.
You
Or I
know,
might have a good chance with that.
that might be a good idea for our monk friend and our cleric friend to go talk to him. We don't have to be in on that crap.
Well,
Well, yeah, I'm down for that. But who are the other people?
What do you-
listen
All right,
to
yeah.
the
I'll
invite.
give you the whole list. What? Are you gonna say, good dwarf? Or are you gonna say it mentally?
No, I forgot.
Okay, so the rest on the list. You could go up to the Golden Palace, Siegfried Royand, the captain of the guard. Usually they have to send in somebody. There's always someone from the captain of the guard at all these events. I mean, they're all sort of powerless, but they have to show up, you know what I mean?
No, but okay.
You could also talk to Sumi's own personal assistant, Figgle Greenhorn. She might be able to get you into the party.
Yeah.
So, if you're sort of a money type, there's a wealthy dragonborn. His name is Charkath. He's over in the bazaar. He sort of runs with the Spice Guild, real important types. You might be able to just buy your way in, for all I know.
We don't have the money for that, but it's at least an idea.
So, some other ideas. You're a dwarven jewel runners. They might have an invite for you. If you're some fighting types, I know that Gorak Clawson over at the Fight Club, he always brings with him the latest champion in his fight club. So that's one way to secure a spot.
What was that guy's name again?
Gorak Clawson. He's over at the Fight Club. He'll bring over his champion.
Perhaps I can go hit him up.
Was that a pun?
It was a pun.
Because he has the Fight Club.
He was the Fight Club.
I like this guy. Anyway, if you're sort of some musical types, I know that the Butcher's is Star. It's funny. I was gonna call him his Star Child. That's his name, Ziggy Starchild. He's over in the warehouse district. He's being managed by the Butchers. He's their hottest musician, and he's been invited to perform. If you could join his band or just be a groupie, maybe he'll bring you along.
What kind of music does he perform?
It's like this new wave stuff, man. I don't really get it. It incorporates magic into the music. It's not my noise, but the kids seem to like it.
I dig it.
Well, so, and then other than that, these two are kind of testy because these are the people you're going to be robbing. But if you really talk to anybody from the Golden Company or the Pack, they probably have some info.
I don't know. I think.
I'd advise against
Hey,
it.
Travis! Travis,
it
we
is an
can't hear
option.
you.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cable fell out. Cable fell out. Okay.
Aw.
Technical problems. All right.
Sorry.
So,
I don't know. I don't.
We
really
can either
know
take
what
we
to
can
know.
either take the musician guy, or we can go sweet talk to that preacher
Look,
guy. We're
so
not
You're gonna have
taking
to
the real
look at
estate.
me.
In
You're gonna have
non
to look at me. I am not gonna be able to get any of this done.
okay in non
Hey, I don't know, man. This musician guy seems like he wouldn't have any problem with a tiefling hanging around.
Okay, so in non raspy voice, let me just list out the whole list of potential invitees, just so you have them. Okay.
Absolutely.
So there is Monica in Pleasant Hills, and she is a real estate person.
Is that Doki Doki spelling or?
That is indeed Doki Doki spelling.
That's what I thought.
There is He-Rib in Religion Row. She is the manager of the Holy Concordance. She has 2 spots for her Holy Envoys. There is Siegfried Royand. He is the captain of the guard at the Golden Palace. And he might have an invite for you. There is Figgle Greenhorn. She is Sumi's personal assistant with the Bureau of Transit. So she might be able to get you a spot. There is Charkoth, who is a wealthy dragonborn in the Bazaar. There is Gorak Clawson at the Hall of Wars Fight Club. There are the Dwarven Jewel Runners. There's the musician Ziggy Starchild. And then there's the Pack and the Gold Company.
It's almost like we should split up and all try to get an invite.
Yeah.
Because I feel like taking the Dragonborn now. Seems like he's like from my same species.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I think my best bet would be the religion woman.
Okay.
Same with Ori. Like, I think there's 2 spots, and if she needs a backup, then she could probably help join with me too.
That's fair.
So are we gonna like kind of go off and try to get these invites all on solo runs? Are we gonna go in pairs, or what do you think?
It's
Oi,
entirely up to
Karnov,
you.
wanna come with me and try this musician guy? It seems like he can get you in.
I think that's a good idea. Flint, you should go to the fight company.
You know, I might just have to.
It sounds like your jam.
It does.
So, out of character, Alex, how are you gonna do this? Are we gonna do like separate?
Yeah, okay,
like,
so I'm
Are we doing
I'm
like
gonna-
a George Lucas like 5-point split plot line?
Hold on. Okay.
And then at the- and then
Hang on,
at the-
if any of us go to a casino and it runs too long, we're gonna be the worst thing ever
No.
made. So we gotta-
It's
we gotta
gonna
make this work.
it's gonna be this like multi-segment battle sequence that's all gonna randomly loop back together at the end, and Alex is gonna go, I think I went too far. No. He's gonna say, I think I went too far in some places.
Nah. Do it.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so I'm writing down who's going where. So Flint, you want to go talk to Gorak at the Fight Club, right? Was that correct, Flint? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Flint is doing. Karnov, where are you? Who do you want to talk to for an invite?
He's coming with me.
Karnov is going with Flint. I mean, Merritt.
Merritt.
Yeah, we're going to. What was his name?
The musician?
Yeah, the
Ziggy something
musician.
or other.
Ziggy Starchild.
I can't wait for that.
This is gonna be great. I am looking up references.
I should
Okay.
probably specify now that I am capable of disguising myself too. So
That is true. You have disguised stuff. It only lasts for an hour, though.
Okay, what references?
it lasts for an hour one time.
That's true. You gotta
We
keep
got
casting
4
it, though.
days. Yeah, I can fit a rest in there.
That is true.
True.
Okay, and then
He speaks the true.
Or that's the true. Man, I haven't thought of Cloud
true,
Atlas
true.
forever. Wow, that whole movie's just flashed in my head now. Okay. So then Ori and Alexandros, you're going to the religious lady, right?
Oh yeah, because I'm going to the Dragonborn guy though.
You want to go to? Okay, so you want to go to the Dragonborn.
Mhm.
And then I'm on my own.
Okay, so Ori to Charkath in the Bazaar. Great. So now we get to explore literally every section of the city.
Wow, that happened fast.
and I haven't written everything yet, so I'll be pulling a lot out of my butt. Here we go. And then Alexandris to...
The religious woman.
Right. So actually, Alexandris and Flint, you guys will both be going to Religion Row, because they're both in, like, different temples, both of your people.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, if you remember, the hall, like, you saw, like, a poster for the Fight Club. The Fight Club is in the Hall of War, which is, like, the Church of War in the Religion Row.
Hold on. I need to
Okay.
send you something. I need to send you something, Alex, because this is going to be really funny what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess, Flint, if things get really rough, I'll be able to, like, heal you in the Fight Club.
So you'll have to snort some shrooms as well.
I've got to snort nothing yet.
Does anybody want to take Fun Guy with them? Because you can't do the brain stuff if you're a mile away, and all that stuff is.
Yeah, we're all gonna be all over.
I think maybe to go with Ori, because everyone right now is paired up, and he's the only one on their own.
I'll work on it,
Okay.
Ryan.
Well, I'll take the mushroom dog, yeah.
Okay, so,
See, now we're just calling him the mushroom dog.
Be right back.
he is a mushroom dog. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Do we want everybody to go and, like, hit up all the places individually? Or are you guys, like, scattering?
Are these going to be like concurring simultaneous plots, but all separate?
It can, if you wish, or, I mean, you guys have 4 days, and you do have, like, 4 places to hit up. So you could all go together to these places. Up to
What's
you.
easier for you?
Honestly, probably if all of you guys are all together and just hit up all the places individually, because no matter what, I'll have to detail what happens individually.
But
So,
like, just do them like one at a time or whatever.
yeah, but it's up to you. If you guys feel like we want to, like, prioritize and maximize time, in that case,
I
everything's
like
happening
the idea.
concurrently.
I like the idea logically of maximizing time, but
No, it's fine. Just then I'll have to keep shifting between you guys, and there'll be moments where some of you guys are just sitting there.
spin-off episodes.
That's okay. I mean, I think as long as everybody's comfortable with that, it would make some interesting narrative deviance.
I think it could be fun. Yeah.
It is up to you guys.
We have this whole city. Let's use it.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
have a map. I can place where everybody is on the map.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that's
interesting.
actually fun. That's actually fun. I'm into that.
Yeah.
You can use a different color letter. For
No,
all the
I'll
different
I'll
colors.
just move everybody's little descriptor that I got to wherever they are on the map. So.
Okay, that works.
So,
All right, so then how do you guys want to do? And then Alvin will tell you.
All right, and in the meantime, I'll be looking up for all I can on these schematics where the meeting might take place, where the security is, where you guys might need to sneak in if you need to, where you need to get away if you need to, all of that. You can leave all the crunchy stuff to me.
Sure.
Sound good?
I don't
can dig it.
completely trust this guy.
He's
Yeah.
I mean, if he wasn't lying about the hemorrhage pup, I would say that he's telling the truth. Because
Yeah, I have no reason. I have no
make
reason
that
to
up.
doubt. Yeah, I have no reason to doubt.
all right, come on, Kronov. We can be heroes just for one day.
I kind of wish I was going on that one. That's okay. We'll meet him at the pod.
I look forward to the
one, by the way.
I look forward to the entire episode being song references.
Oh,
I
you
look
have
forward
no
to that
idea
adventure.
What all of my tabs are right now.
I don't know if I'm gonna stay in character for half of that because that'll be something.
Oh, you let the music critic do the music thing.
I'll have to
That's
find
good.
some MIDI remixes of those songs.
Yeah, just enough to not get content ID.
Yep, exactly.
Just
right.
enough to not get content.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God! I found one.
Okay.
Did you really? That's awesome.
Well,
Okay, so we got about a half hour left. So who wants to go first?
Oh jeez.
Well, I kind of want Flint to go on his adventure.
Oh, jeez, should we just get that
Yeah.
out of the way?
Okay, so it'll be.
All right, so shall Alexandros and I just go take the train simultaneously to wherever our destination is?
Yeah, you guys can.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, now what part of town is that in?
That will be in Religion Row.
Religion Row. We're gonna move us. Oops. Let me see. I gotta move the map down.
I hope you guys like the voice of Alvin Blacklung because it's my favorite
so
voice
much.
to do.
It's so
And
good.
It annoys Yasmin to no end. To no end. She's like, "Oh, I might join you guys sometime." I'm like, "Well, if they go do the heist, they're gonna encounter your favorite voice." And she's like, "I'm out."
What, have you used this before?
Oh my god.
It's just something I've been workshopping for a bit.
That voice that you were just doing, or
Yeah.
really?
This one.
Oh.
The like 90s surfer from like a high school
Yes, thank
commercial?
you. It is 90s commercial
I can
voice.
see. I
It's
can
an
see
anime.
her.
That is exactly what it
I can see her
is.
It's
hesitation.
nerd for nothing.
Don't tell mom and dad.
Street Sharks!
Street Sharks.
Oh,
All right.
Oh,
Sock and boppers. More fun than a pillow fight.
I remember those.
oh, those are so good.
All right. So what are we doing? Who's doing what?
I am just moving Alexandros and Flint across the map to
Okay.
Religion Row.
We're doing you guys first.
I guess so. We can do that.
Okay. All right. So Alexandros and Flint, you guys go off, walk out of the powder keg. You walk back down into Tinker Town. You hear and it smells like
Da
cinnamon.
da 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 da.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Is it the trap
Yeah.
one? Yeah, it's the trap one.
Is this the shop one? Yeah. it's the shop one. Thomas the Dank Engine. Anyway.
Ew.
Oh.
So Alexander Flint, you make your way through Tinkertown. You get on the train. You ride it. It's the first time you're actually not just riding south, but you take the Gold Line, which is like the circular car, and it's actually really nice inside. It's like some really like rich, sort of snooty-looking people, and they look at you, clearly like they're thinking you're poor. And
Oh, snap.
but you ride over and you get off at West Gold Station. And you get out, and you're now in Religion Row, and you walk out, and this place looks like people took buildings from all over the world and just all smashed them together. They're all varying different types of architecture, and you notice that they're all churches. There's like tall cathedrals. There's long like halls made of wood. There's some like very sort of boxy and utilitarian ones. There's like ziggurats. There's pyramids. There's everything here, and they all sort of run along a river. So there's like this great river that runs in between, and there's these bridges that go over it, and all these little sort of like Venetian canals that split from the river. And sort of scattered about, there's all these different churches, cathedrals, stained glass, buttresses. You see everything here, and you see that that's their name.
Shame.
Buttresses. And,
What does that say about you that I had no idea?
I only know what buttresses are because I played Dark Souls.
The Buttress of Windsor.
Yeah, and so you're in Anor Londo now. So you walk by and you notice that rather than like individual churches, these are all like mega churches, each one for a domain. So you see one that says like nature, like Hall of Nature. You see one that says the Life Cathedral. You see one that says Church of the Forge, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alexandros, you noticed that there isn't really one that says grave anywhere. The closest one would be one that says okay, hold on. I wrote it down as a really edgelordy name. What was it?
Oh, well, that's promising.
I'm special.
Here it is.
Topic.
There was one called the Cathedral of Mortality. That's what it was. Okay. And that's the closest one. It looks very gothic. It looks like, you ever see like the Prague? It's like black, has a bunch of gargoyles sticking out of it.
Please just be a Hot Topic inside.
You see lots of pants with oversized zippers all over them. They are black. And lots of chains. No. you see...
Are the
you see
walls
holy
just covered in
symbols.
Funkos and like graphic tees?
Yeah. Yeah, you
I love
see you see some
That's
Led
also my
Zeppelin
house.
and Paramore shirts. You see lots of Harry Potter merch.
Yes.
Inside.
and there.
Does this call for
For the
a
magic word.
Does this call for a MIDI version of BYOB?
Yeah, yes it does.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like magic.
Anyway, so you also notice that there is the tallest building is sort of this, like, it's made entirely out of like glass, and it just like shoots up into the sky, and the glass itself is like changing colors, and it says over it the holiest of holies, the Holy Concordance. And then you also know, Evan, that you see sort of off, like sort of down further down the street, there's a bit like a long sort of Viking hall with lots of like bones of dragons and other creatures jutting out of it, and it's just written over it is Hall of War. And so those are probably where both of you guys want to go. Alexandris to the holiest of holy, the Holy Concordance, and Flint to the Hall of War.
Ryan, are you
to the MIDI?
Okay.
I'm actually listening to it.
Okay, hold on. What is this?
I'm into it.
Oh dear God.
I'm into it. This is the atmosphere. Keep going.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna
We're going
click
to
it.
get-
I'm scared.
Is this so we don't get like DRM'd? Is
Yeah,
that what this
exactly.
is?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
I'm digging it. I'm into it.
okay. They're not gonna take this stream seriously anymore.
No.
Look at the background. It wasn't
You're
happening.
walking into the holiest place in all the city, and you got
it's
like
a hot
shitty
topic.
system. Of, yeah, okay, that's true.
It is not my fault they reduced my
The
church
hot-
to a hot topic.
The hot topic actually is the holiest place in the city. Religion Row is actually a mall.
The real god was capitalism the entire time.
You see the Church of Box Lunch across the street. And next to that
It's the
is
same place.
yeah, it's just another one. Instead of a nature temple, it's just like Orange Julius, but a big one. There you go.
It's
So
one of
what
those
would you guys
places
like to
that
do?
sells incense and crap. Yeah.
What would you
Oh my God.
What would you guys like to do? Would you like to walk into your hot topic, or would you like to walk in? Would you like to walk into the Holy Concordant, or would you like to walk into the Hall of War,
I
or
think
any
I
other
will-
church? It's up to you.
I'm getting to the angry part of the song. So. We should get through this.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to totally derail this. I just it was an idea, and it was real, and I liked it.
It's not your fault.
You walked by Fantasy Hot Topic. It's only natural. The Cathedral of Mortality, also known as Hall.
Hold on, I got something else.
Okay.
Them
Yeah, sorry.
Alexandris' people.
I'm gonna kill my camera for a minute, so I'm on this.
Oh
Hold
dear
on.
God.
I'll find him some mini
Who's doing what?
I'll find him some mini coheed Cambria before we get done with this.
Like,
Oh, yes.
Flint, since yours is the most dangerous, do you want like both of us to go to yours just to see like how crazy it is first?
We can take a peek and see what this Gorak guy is up to.
Yeah, because I feel like mine will be like pretty tame and calm compared to yours.
If you call this music tame.
Oh, I haven't listened. Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Let's head on over to the Church of War.
Some of it's tame.
Okay, so you walk over to the Hall of War, and you're already just like walking up to the door. You just hear like loud, like, yeah, get him again, yeah. No, punch hard! What are you doing? No! And you just hear like some loud grunting and swearing and lots of like laughing and drinks clinking. And if you walk in, it is this like huge, like long, like Viking hall. And there's lots of hearths. There's lots of people gathered around on tables drinking and swilling stuff. And you see sort of further down the hall where there would be like a throne, there is just like a ring of people all sort of like looking down at something and like shouting down. And you see sort of suspended up in a balcony, there is a man, he is blonde, he is rather burly, he's got like some like furry bracers, and he's like a bunch of rings on his finger, and he's got a holy symbol on a crown over his head. And he's just looking down, and he's just like smiling as he looks and nods approvingly at everything that's going down.
Did you like walk into an R.A. Salvatore novel?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
If R.A. Salvatore did Skyrim, basically, we walked into. So what would you guys like to do?
Would a perception check do me any good in here?
It depends on what you're looking for.
Well, it's clear that the guy, with the shit-eating grin, is definitely this, Gorbak that I'm looking for,
Gorbak.
Right? Sorry,
probably.
Gorak, I couldn't read my own handwriting. I guess I should perceive, whether I should, what am I doing, just entering the Fight Club?
Is that what you want to do? Yeah.
I mean, is that how I would kind of get on good terms with this guy?
Yeah, that's what Alvin told you.
Okay, alright. I guess I would just check for whatever kind of admission or whatever, right?
Alright, yeah, roll
sign up.
Perception. Yeah, roll perception.
I will do that. 12.
12? Okay, yeah, you see sort of, it's sort of hard to see with the big crowd of people, but over on the back wall, you see, like, a massive, like, tournament board with people, like, names crossed out and other people, like, moving up in the little, like, like, the little, like, spider web of tournaments.
Okay.
And you see, along the sign, along the side of it, there is a huge list of names, and a lot of them have been, like, crossed out, and some of them have been, like, 3 times crossed out with little skulls next to them, and other of them have been circled, and so on and so forth. And there's just like a pencil right next to it.
Okay. 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 All right. So I guess with the pencil, I probably put my name on the board, right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. I guess I put my name on the list that may have me end up dead.
Yeah. So you walk up and you see the list itself. The list is called New Maggots.
Ah, maggots, huh?
Wait,
That's encouraging.
So did he walk into an R.A. Salvatore novel, or did he walk into like a Cannibal Corpse video or a Ministry video or something like that?
No, both.
Did you watch a bunch of metal videos to think of this?
Hell yeah.
I guess Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites is a little too kind for this, huh?
Find some like MIDI Anthrax or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am the law.
Sure.
I don't know, man. Among the living.
I don't know. I'm not a big Anthrax fan.
Me neither.
But yeah, Alexander, so you're noticing also, like, in this clan, there's, like, all sorts of people here. As a religious man, you notice that there's, like, a lot of the people here are actually also clerics. But you see, by the holy symbols, you see those of Tyr, you see those of Cord. Cord is probably the most prevalent, and those are all... And you see a couple orcs with their eyes missing, and they have the symbol of Grumsh. And these, you know all of those as gods of...
Yeah. Cool.
Just remember that the real god is capitalism.
The strongest god.
Okay. All right. So what's my next move here?
You just kind of gotta wait until they call your name. And so if you look down in the pit, you see there is a half orc and a really tall man I don't know. He looks like he's like half giant. He's like bone white. He's got like black tattoos all over him, and they're just both beating the crap out of each other.
Okay.
Like the Goliath, as they are called, this half giant. He's swinging 2 maces at this half orc, and the half orc's just got a great sword, and he's just like swatting at each other. And then eventually the half orc just like cleaves right into this Goliath's like right into his clavicle and goes and bleeds out. And then like half of the crowd goes, "Yeah!" And then the crowd, half of the crowd goes like, no, come on. And they like, you see some people exchanging money. And then you see the man sitting up on the throne. He like claps, and then he just says, "Cord strength," and he snaps his finger, and you see that the Goliath's wounds like close up a little bit. He's brought back to life. He says, "Tog, you are eliminated. Get out of my pit." And, like, they throw down a ladder, and he climbs on up. And then some people pat him on the back, and he walks out.
That's an interesting little twist.
And he says, "So, any new maggots? The greatest fight club."
The newest over here. Yeah. I'm gonna die.
And they all go silent, and they all look at you. They're like, "Oh?"
I'm not gonna lie.
And so the man leans forward, and he says, "And who might you be, brave one?"
Flint, the former mountain dwarf.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have the mountain folk in my hall. Welcome. I am Gorak Clawson.
Clawson. Okay.
Clawson.
Clawson.
The mighty Three Claw clan.
Oh.
Back in the northern reaches. This holy disciple of Cord, master of conflict.
Where is the other two?
The other two what?
Because you said there was three claws?
Three Claw was the name.
Oh, okay.
There's not 3 of it. Whatever. You can jump in the pit!
Oh, yeah, yep, absolutely.
Are you ready for combat?
Alexandros, do I look ready for combat?
I have a question for you, Alex.
Yes.
Okay, so I have a spell called Bless.
Yeah.
That says if I can choose that. So him in the when he goes into the fight, is that him making attack rolls or saving throws?
Yep. Attack rolls.
Okay, could I bless him then?
Yeah, you can bless him.
Okay, I'm gonna bless you, child.
Oh, bless me, child.
You are blessed.
Yeah. So I don't know how long that spell will last, but every time you attack.
It lasts about an hour.
Lasts about an hour? Okay.
Okay, alright. Well, thank you for spending one of your spells on me.
Yeah, well, you're gonna need it.
Yeah, as it turns out. Is this, are we fist fighting, or am I able to use my weapons?
You can use your weapons.
Ah, excellent. Because I really want to try out this new great axe.
Yeah.
Fine.
Alright.
Did I make a mistake getting him this great axe?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Nah, this will be useful.
Well, at least
my
I'm not
God.
around.
Okay.
So you just jump in the pit?
I guess I just jump in the pit.
Okay. So you're now face to face with an orc.
Okay. Are we in a combat sequence now?
Yes. Do you want to do this?
Do combat.
Is this how we? What?
Is it okay if we go over a little bit, or?
We can go into combat. You want to mano a mano take on an orc?
I don't really see any reason not to, as long as everybody's fine with that. I know we're coming up on the 2 hour.
Alright.
We're coming up on the 2 hour mark, right?
Screw it. Roll some initiative, buddy.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you already. Oh, that's. Oh.
This is the dice tray, but we'll make it.
Oh shit!
You are now in the pit. You're now in the pit.
Is that an octagon?
It is. Oh my god, it is! Yeah.
This is happening. This is happening. What have you done?
Well, enjoy your Brock Lesnar work, buddy.
All right, roll some initiative there. Floyd.
I did, and it's an 8.
Well, he rolled.
Oh.
He rolled an 18, so we're off to a great start.
Oh god.
Oh.
This is gonna be bad.
This is gonna be rough.
This is bad.
All right. I was not expecting combat, but I'm happy. This will be interesting. All right, here we go. So he's going up first.
Okay. That just determines he gets the first turn.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right.
Or we could roll initiative every round. If you want to make it interesting.
Oh, jeez.
Let's not make this longer.
Okay. Okay. So he's gonna charge at you,
Okay.
and he is going to swing his great axe right at you.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So that will be a 17 to hit you.
My armor class is 16.
So that will hit. He rushes up and just bashes at you.
Okay.
We're off to a great start.
And you take 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so that puts me at 29.
Okay, it is now your turn.
Okay. I stagger back into a fighting stance and swing my great axe at him.
Yep.
Remember, you have inspiration.
Oh, that's right. Oh, well, let me see what.
You should just fling it directly at his head and hit him.
Could I do that like Olympian style?
I mean, you can roll for an attack and see what happens.
Use your inspiration, make it happen.
You also have your battle maneuvers now.
I do have those,
And you're blessed.
and I do have a bless. Praise. Okay. Let me see. Can I? All right, Alex. I'm new to the battle maneuvers. How
Yeah.
would I go about using a precision attack in this moment?
So precision attack is you roll the d20, and then if you don't think you're going to hit, you can add your d8 to the d20.
I rolled a natural 20.
So you crit.
Okay.
So great. So when you crit, you roll double the dice. So roll 2d12
Okay.
plus your strength mod.
Okay. Which is my strength mod is now 6.
No, it's plus 4.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, it's plus 6 to hit. It's plus 4 damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at saving throws. Yeah, plus 4. So that's
Yeah.
8. And then 5.
8 and 5.
Yep.
And then is that with the plus 4?
Yep.
Okay, so that will be 13.
Mhm.
Nice. So you slash at him, and he looks upset as you just impale he impales his great axe into you, and you impale your great axe into him, and then he's going to impale his great axe into you, and he rolls a 9 to hit.
Okay.
So he swings this time. He swings the exact same way he swung before. This time you duck out of the way,
Got it.
and it is now your turn.
Okay. You know what? So basically, I can choose to use the precision attack if I don't think I'm gonna make it, right?
Yeah. So it's like if you roll really low, you're like, oh no, shit, I want to add to it. Precision attack.
Okay. All right. So say my next D20 as I attempt to. I got a 20 again, a natural 20.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you at all.
Hey!
All right, so roll those 2d12s.
All right.
Dude, you might as well have used your inspiration. Jeez.
I didn't though. I didn't. This is just sheer
That was-
luck. So
Wow.
10 plus 4, 14. and a 4 plus 4 is 8. So 14 plus 8 is 20 brain. Broken.
It's okay. What's your line? As you cleave this orc.
Oh god, is this like my permanent line? I have to come up with it like right now?
Yes.
Nah, dude. Just do it like Die Hard. It's
Or
just
how do you
out of nowhere.
how do you kill him? What's your move?
How
What's
do
your
I
line?
kill him?
Yeah.
I do exactly what the guys suggested. So, like an Olympian, swing in a 360-degree angle, my great axe, arms out, and fling it right at his head.
So you throw it?
And I say, chew on this!
So in all of 2 seconds, this orc bashes Flint, and then Flint bashes him back, and then from that, the orc kind of staggers and he swings wide. Then Flint just twirls as he dodges it, and then chew on this. Whack! And it embeds itself right in his face.
Wiggity whack! In the face!
I am so happy that axe was in that bag.
Right between the eyes, and then the crowd just goes nuts. And we just say, "What? This is bullshit!"
Yeah, it is bullshit.
He won 3 fights in a row. He loses to 2 blows. This is rigged. You rigged this. And then,
You rigger.
Gorak just holds up his
No,
hand,
I didn't rig it. Those were natural rolls.
and you witness, Alexandros, that he casts thaumaturgy, as he then just says silence, and like it booms through the whole hall. The dwarf has done well. He will move up in the rankings.
Nice.
Shocking.
And that is where we'll probably end
Now
this
keep
episode
doing more murder, you.
of the dungeon, folks. Good job, Flint. You're
Wow.
on your way to move
I gotta
up.
say, that was shocking.
Wowee!
Yeah,
I did not expect that to go the way that it did.
No.
I basically gave him the exact same amount of health as you, so it's just all down to the dice, and your dice really blessed you.
And that was a blessed... He blessed my app.
You were blessed, yes, and you walked it. You didn't even need your blessing, but you had it.
Yeah.
Great job, everybody. This was a great episode. We'll now pick up. We'll probably do like a little bit of a Pulp Fiction-y shifting between people.
Oh, ooh, well, we'll have to get some
Dude,
good. We'll have to get some good MIDI tracks prepared.
Yeah, there we
A
go.
lot of both.
So I think next,
Well, the 40
yes, a lot of, you what?
Will the 40 minutes that are still left in the bless carry over for next
Oh yeah,
episode?
yeah.
If he fights immediately after, which he may want to, then yeah.
Cool.
So,
we'll assess it when we get to that.
so thank you everybody for anyone who turned in or is watching later. Next week, I think we'll pick up maybe with Ori's storyline just to get it done, and then him exploring the bazaar and talking to new Dragonborn friends, and then maybe we'll pick up with Alexandros or with our Ziggy Starchild groupies.
I can't
And whenever we need to shift over to combat, we'll go back to our favorite dwarf, continuing to fight people in the octagon.
Booyah!
Dude, you gotta work on your, like, heel turns, too.
I know.
You gotta rile the crowd up.
Ooh. Ooh, yeah!
Are you just gonna be Macho Man Randy Savage for the rest of this like campaign arc?
You know it! No, I can't keep that.
He's
I
gonna,
can't do
he's
that.
gonna rejoin us and be talking like that.
No,
I mean, if you don't do that-
only when I go into the Fight Club, it's the wrestling persona as an actual wrestler would do.
Very good, very good. So thank you everybody. We'll end the stream here. I think this was a really successful.
And don't forget that
episode.
if you're catching this later on, but you want to listen instead of seeing our beautiful faces, totally understandable if you're like commuting or working or whatever. It's going to be on Pocket Casts on Android. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's no longer called iTunes Podcast. It's Apple Podcasts. And we're going to start publishing stuff on the website with like story-based summaries where you can
Yes, sir.
see all of our
I'm working on the landing page and the summaries and stuff now. So
Yarp.
hopefully we'll roll that out soon.
Cool
Cool.
beans. So thanks for tuning in.